Hello guys, how you doing? This is Christian down here in Santiago, Chile. I'm going to do a video entry to your contest. First of all, congratulations on achieving 200 subs. That's a big number. You will deserve many more. So once again, congratulations from your partner here in Latin America, here struggling with COVID-19, still in lockdown. I don't know until when we're going to be in this situation. Hope things get better in the near future and we are allowed to go out and do our lives the way we are used to. So first of all, you ask 3 questions. You were asking us to show a couple of cover albums and the cover songs and the performed by a band, and then the original ones that we have in our collection. So I'm going to go with there it is. Yeah, here it is. Have pick up a couple of CDs. First of all, I'm going to go with Queensryche, and I think this is the last album they made with Jeff Tate. I'm not sure, so please don't quote me on that. This is the album. The name of the album is Take Cover, as you can see, and it has many. Of course, there's 11 songs, all covers from different bands, and I'm going to go with one that's it's good. Not one of my favorite, but it's surprising considering the band that it's performing and the one that did the original version. On this, I'm going to go with track number I lost number 6. There it is, and it's sorry about the glare. Innuendo by Queen. So that's. And here's my original cassette of Queen Innuendo. Of course, as we all know, this is the last album they put out with Freddie when he was still alive. Then a couple of years later came out an album made in heaven that it was a kind of compilation of things that Freddie was working before he died, before he passed away, and the band ended up those songs. But this is the last official release of the band as a whole, with the 4 members, of course, John Deacon, Brian May, Roger Taylor, and the late great Freddie Mercury. So there it is, Queen Innuendo and Queensryche Innuendo. Then one of my favorite bands in the Spanish speaking bands, of speaking the bands that sing in Spanish. This is a cover album the band Barón Rojo did a couple of years ago. I don't know if you can see the track list, it's not very clear, but they did some really cool covers. They are covers of songs sung in English from different bands like Rainbow, Carter Page, Bob Dylan, which is Grand Funk, many bands, and the one I'm going to go with it's sorry, I lost it. Can I? What's next? What's next to the moon? Of course, the song from AC/DC from this album, Power Age. There it is. This is a great album, really underrated album, because it's just before Highway to Hell, of course before Back in Black, so it's usually not being really considered as a good one, but it's a really good one. So everybody, please, you should really check this album out. It's really good. Of course, it has a rock and roll damnation, down payment blues, gimme bullet, riff rap, sin city, what's next to the moon, gun shooting, Optiman nicking you and kicking the teeth. This is a really good album. And the version that Van Rojo does in this album is good, but you have to not to take you have not to consider the way they sing, because they sang with a very heavy Spanish accent, so it's kind of not so suitable to some ears when you are used to listen to the original version or some other covers of this songs sang in English by English-speaking bands. So that's it for question number one. For question number two, you ask to show 3 albums with the same drummer from different projects, bands, or things like that. So I found out this one, and it's Matt Sorum. Yes, Matt Sorum, he has been in many projects, but I managed to find 3 of the ones that I think he's more known as for. The first of all, of course, it's in this album, Use Your Illusion. This is part 1. Of course, he here replaced original drummer Stephen Adrill because he was fired because of his heavy drug use. He was not able and capable of completing his duty as a drummer with the band, and of course playing live. So he was fired from the band, and he was replaced by Matt Sorum, and he, of course, you can listen to him in this album. Then he was for a very short time the drummer for The Cult in this album. This is the Beyond Good and Evil. It's a really good one. It's a little bit more darker, more heavier with the production of Bob Rock, but it's a really good one. It went under the radar because it was released in the early 2000s, I think, and hard rock was still not coming back to the main places or the main stages, or the main scene in the music community. So unfortunately, this album went under the radar and didn't make much impact then. And finally, the last band I think he was involved, it was a really big project because it reunited a big part of this band. Of course, Guns N' Roses. Of course, I'm talking about Velvet Revolver. Here we have Slash, Duff, and Matt Sorum, along with the singer of Stone Temple Pilots, Scott Weiland, and Dave Caution. There it is, the photo. You can see Matt Sorum, there it is. And this is a good one. This is a little bit long. I will have 13 tracks. I will keep it. I will like to trim it and maybe cut a couple of songs. But after all, it's a good album. It made a big impact because it was the return of the guys in Guns N' Roses playing music together. And of course, adding the stage presence of Scott Weiland, it was a really good project. But unfortunately, they only put out together 2 records. This one and the next one. This one and the next one, Libertad. Then they had to fire Scott Weiland because of his drug abuse, and unfortunately, he ended up dying. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. So there it is. 3 albums where you can find Matt Sorum playing drums. And finally, you ask us to show at least 3 albums covered with mythological species or something like that, like So I find out a couple of ones that I think they are very, very unique. So there it is. Here it is. The first one, it's a cassette from the guy that used to be. I don't know if they are still together, if they are going to make something as a band. And it's David Lee Roth and his album A Little Ain't Enough. Here you can see the artwork, and of course the devil himself laughing at who knows what. This is an album from 19. No, it doesn't say here. But it's a good one. It has a couple of songs that is very, very, very hard rock, very, very well played. Good songs that you maybe want to check this one out. So here's the first one. The second one is from a newer band. The name of it's a Canadian band, more of the traditional of the new wave of traditional heavy metal. And the name of the band is Traveler. And there you have that thing that I don't know. It's I don't know, like a demon with a lot of tentacles and holding the planet within his hands. It's a good one. I think they put out this is their first album. They put out a second one, I think this year, and it's a really good one. So there is species number 2. And finally, one of my favorite bands, this is a Danish band. They are more in the cowpunk style of music, and the name of the band is DAD, or Disneyland After Dark. And there you have that like a crossover between a bull and a human figure. It is thinking like the thinker of Rodin, you know, that sculpture made by that famous sculptor. There it is. It is the back of that one with the dudes. Once again. So there it is. Those are my 3, you know, things, species, demons, and stuff like that. Hope you like it. Congratulations again with your contest. I'm hoping you will get many more subs, and hope to see more videos of you in the future. This is your friend here in Santiago, Chile, saying goodbye. Until next time. Bye bye.